Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the Airport Design Challenge Award Ceremony. I am so excited that you're here with us this afternoon. My name is Rob Lowe. I am the Regional Administrator for the FAA Southwest Region. And we are here today on behalf of the FAA to talk about Airport Design Challenge. And it has been so much fun to watch what you've done in all of your submissions and all the amazing hard work that you've put in to the ceremony and into your projects and everything that's contributed to getting us here today. I know it's been a long 8 weeks. I know a lot of you have put in a lot of hours around your practice and school and band and other activities and worked on it at night, worked on it on the weekends, and man, is it evident in what you've produced. It is so amazing. We are so excited that we have a bunch of VIP presenters and special guests today. Some of them are in areas of the country that have some weather. So if by chance there's a glitch, we have some backups and all that kind of protocols ready to go. But just wanted to let you know that some of our presenters are all across the country. And if there's an impact, we are ready to react to that. So don't panic if somebody freezes up or moves. We've all gotten used to the virtual world for sure. So let's talk about the Airport Design Challenge itself. Why did we create it? If you remember, this started back in the start of the pandemic, and we had an opportunity to create a virtual outreach program when we could no longer be in person in schools with our students. And frankly, some of our staff were standing outside of my office on the day we were headed home from being in the office, and the conversation started with, how will we continue to reach these kids? We need to be able to continue to create a spark for the aviation industry. The other one noted that, hey, my kids play Minecraft a lot and the spark was born and the rest is history. And what you experienced in the last 8 weeks is the result of that conversation between two FAA employees outside of my office one day back in March of 2020. So let's talk a little bit about the Airport Design Challenge itself as you experienced it. It involves small teams of students working together for the 8-week period that I mentioned, and they learn about their local airport. They design that airport in the Minecraft gaming software, and it is just off the chart what you all have done with that. The STEM-based applied knowledge and career development has a relation to you've created airports that look and operate and have all the same characteristics that we have in real airports. You've learned about signage and pavement and surfaces and buildings and fences and why we do all of those things. And it's really, really cool what you've learned, and the innovation that you've shown us is just absolutely phenomenal. Some of those things have blown us away, and you'll hear that from all of us this afternoon of the things that we've noted with the innovation and the great ideas that you have. So you have really excited us, and we are so ready to get going here this afternoon. But I want to get started with a special guest that we have. We are very honored to have the FAA Administrator joining us this afternoon. And he is here live to give us a few words and thoughts. He's seen some of your creations. And so at this point, it's my honor to introduce the FAA's Administrator, Mr. Steve Dixon. Mr. Dixon, welcome.
Thanks, Rob. And it really is great to be with you all today. This morning, I spoke at the 24th annual commercial spaceflight conference that the FAA co-sponsors, and had a chance to talk about the Ingenuity helicopter and all the cool things that are going on in aviation and aerospace these days. And so I think this is another great example of how exciting of a time it is in the aviation industry and all the different opportunities that are out there for great work, great innovation, great careers. So, there is a great thing about a virtual meeting platform, actually. I've found over the last couple of years that I can be in Singapore and London and Washington, D.C. On the same day. And I know that we have as Rob said, we've got a very far-flung audience and a number of participants, and I want to thank you all for participating. Over the past 2 years, we've gotten quite a bit of experience using virtual platforms to learn and work. And I know that many of you have as well. And it's been kind of a mixed bag. There's nothing quite like, being together, with your peers and colleagues and those who are working to solve a problem. but we've definitely found some unique opportunities to do things a little bit differently. And one of my leaders a few months ago said it really well. When we come out of the pandemic, we're going to take the best and leave the rest. And I think opportunities for us to come together without a lot of travel and be able to do things, in a virtual way can be very useful. And we may not have had some of these tools used to such a broad degree before the pandemic. So I think some pre-existing trends out there were really accelerated throughout the last couple of years. Now, certainly, I know that young people have adapted more quickly, having been hands-on with technology, throughout your young lives. And Minecraft, as we know, is a great tool that allows you to imagine your own world. If you can dream it, you can build it, and that's what we're seeing here. And with the Airport Design Challenge, you've applied those skills to a real-world problem, and I'm really delighted to see that so many of you joined us. We had more than 2,800 students from 18 countries, and that is just fantastic and really very impressive. Your teachers weren't just standing back and watching either. We had more than 80 educators in the program this year, and I want to thank all of you for your support and participation as well. And congratulations to this year's finalists. I saw your YouTube videos, and the builds you made were absolutely superb. And again, thank you. In my career, when I was in the military, I flew F-15 fighter jets in the Air Force, and I also flew commercial passenger jets for one of the major airlines. So I've been to many airports during the course of my career, both big and small. And I can see that you thought through every aspect of your airport designs, like the runways and taxiways, the terminals, the signage, and the air traffic control tower. This challenge, of course, starts out virtual, but it gets really real, really fast. You had to think about the types of material that are used for pavement and the placement of maintenance hangars and refueling stations. You paid special attention to ensure passenger safety by designing runway safety areas and drawing surface markings. And when you thought about the airport's future growth, some of you lengthened the runways at existing airports. And that's something obviously that happens in the real world. And that could mean you needed to build a taller air traffic control tower so that controllers can see the full surface. I've seen that at many airports throughout my career where the tower had to be redeveloped because of the airport expanding. So, I really like some of your future innovations also, like adding solar farms, advanced radar, and of course, drone operation bases. Sometimes I think the traditional thinking has been that drones and airports are not compatible with each other. I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely not the case. Just imagine adding a vertiport to the airport that you designed. Orville and Wilbur Wright weren't thinking about electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft back in 1903, and they weren't thinking about air taxis for people, but you are. So where would you put this kind of facility? Or just imagine if you built a spaceport nearby to launch space rockets. What would that look like? How would you make sure that the launches don't interfere with planes taking off and landing at the airport? These are the kind of things that we're thinking about in the aerospace industry and as a safety regulator and also the operator of the air traffic control system. And we're looking for smart young people like you to join us. We want a diverse group of people from all backgrounds and all walks of life. Maybe you want to become a pilot or an air traffic controller, a drone operator, an aviation maintenance technician, a safety inspector, an aerospace engineer, or an astronaut. The aerospace industry encompasses an enormously broad set of career paths, and the skill sets that we need are expanding literally every year. There are skill sets coming into aerospace and aviation that, frankly, that did not exist, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So come help us make flying safer, more efficient, more secure, and more environmentally friendly. Whatever career you choose, I hope that you're happy and successful in it. And I always tell everyone in the aerospace industry that we've always got to be committed to making things better. Continuous improvement is the name of the game. And that goes really for all areas of life. Always look for ways to improve in whatever you do. So continue to learn in school, develop your talents and skills, team up with others. Collaboration is absolutely important in aviation, and keep working on great projects like this. And as you do these things, you'll build a great career and you'll be ready for the opportunities that our industry has open for you, and you'll help us design solutions that will improve the world we live in and really make our world smaller. That's what aviation does, is it connects people, it connects societies, and it connects different cultures around the world. And that's something to be very proud of. And we're very proud of all of you. Stay safe, and best of luck again to all of our finalists. And thank you for joining us today. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Steve. We really appreciate you taking time out of your really busy day to be with us today. It really does mean a lot. And I know the students are excited to have seen and heard from you. So thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
All right. How about a huge round of applause for Administrator Dixon? Thank you all. Appreciate it. All right, well, let's move on to the next phase. I told you about the folks on our staff that thought up and began to talk about this challenge. It takes a huge team to make this come off, let alone today's ceremony, but the entire challenge take a huge team. But two of our pillars that got us started are Blair Hess and Chuck Tackett, and they're here to tell us a little bit about how this challenge ran. So Chuck and Blair, over to you.
Thanks, Rob. Thank you all for being here. A couple of years ago, when Blair and I put this program together, we thought we were putting together something for the local Texas area, maybe a few surrounding states. What we did not anticipate was that online there are no borders. And so almost immediately we started seeing people from foreign countries. And ever since the first time we played this game, we've had more and more folks continue to play from all around the world. And it's been quite exciting to see how that's been developing.
Absolutely. And just to show a little bit of perspective on how widespread the Airport Design Challenge has grown across all these different continents, we built a short video. We'd like to invite you to fly with us virtually across the globe and welcome all of those from countries outside of the United States. Students that enrolled in the Airport Design Challenge started out on an 8-week adventure where they enrolled in a system. They got into an additional program called Blackboard, and every week they logged in to get some instructions about different parts of airports and how airports are operated, developed, and run. They then reflected what they learned using Minecraft. And after 8 weeks of long nights, early mornings, taking time over their Christmas and holiday breaks, and just spending as much free time as they can developing incredible products, we felt like we owed it to our students to make sure they got the best judging experience possible. So we had 3 different judges look at every one of their entries. These were airport experts, they were pilots, they were air traffic controllers, and they were airport patrons. They looked at them independently and they scored them according to a scoring rubric that we gave for them to use. The one thing that all of our judges had in common is that they're all FAA employees who willingly volunteered their time and put their effort in to make sure that every kid got feedback and got solid results to understand how they can improve and what we appreciated most about their work. It was an exciting adventure that everyone enjoyed, and we are thrilled to be able to come here today and show the best of the best.
Each of the airports were judged on 4 different categories: technical accuracy, how well did the airport match up to what we would see in real life? Was it scaled correctly, that sort of thing. Creativity, how well did you use Minecraft and recreate the airport? Innovation, what kind of new ideas did you guys come up with? New lighting, new ways to power the airport, that sort of thing. And then finally, every finisher had to provide a video, and we judged the presentation of that video, how well we could hear, how well we could see, how well they showed us the airport and what they accomplished.
So all of our students worked incredibly hard, and it's important to us that we recognize that work with something special that they can hold on to and keep close to them for a long time. All of our finishers that went all 8 weeks and turned in a final video will receive a customized certificate and a lanyard representing them as finishers of the Airport Design Challenge for 2021 and 2022. Our finalists, who are being recognized today, will get those same items, but in addition to those, will receive a customized medal and a first, second, or third place lanyard indicating their level of effort and the accomplishment that they've received today.
All right, everybody, guess what? It's time to transition to what we've come for and what we're waiting for. I'm so excited, I can't wait. It's time to transition to the non-primary awards. And we've got some special VIP presenters that have joined us here today just to bring those awards to you. And we're so excited they've joined us. Third place winners will be presented by Ms. Chris Sharp. She is the manager of the FAA's Aviation Workforce and Education Division. Our second place winner will be announced by Mr. Lawrence Wildgoose. He is the Assistant Administrator for Policy, International Affairs, and Environment. And first place winners will be recognized by Ms. Shanetta Griffin, the FAA Associate Administrator for Airports. Now, following each reveal for every winner, we'll have a quick shout out video from the winners. But before we do that, let's check out a video montage from this category.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Chris Sharp, and Mr. Rob told you my fancy title, but you can also refer to me as the STEM boss at the FAA. And I have the coolest job at the FAA because my whole job surrounds getting to interact with students like you to show you all the really cool things that are available in the wonderful world of aviation and aerospace. I really hope that you all had fun with this challenge and that you're eager to keep on learning more and more about all sorts of things related to aviation and aerospace. So I get to tell you who our third place winner is for the 7 to 12 non-primary airports. I'm excited to announce this team. And the one thing that I really loved about this team's work is their attention to even the smallest of details. As they were giving the tour, I felt like I was being given a personal tour, down to even getting a chance to see what the pilot had out to make sure to bring along on a flight. I want to say a big congratulations to Team Pixel pilots who recreated Sugar Land Regional Airport in Sugar Land, Texas. Way to go, pilots.
Hi, my name is Vishnu Teja Donadula, and I am happy to be one of the finalists this year. My team is Pixel Pilots 2, and we built Sugar Land Regional Airport. I thank the FAA for organizing this event.
Hi, I am Sharya Singh. I'm 12 years old and I'm from Overland Park, Kansas. I am part of the Pixel Pilots 2 team and we built the Sugar Land Regional Airport. Thank you for the FAA for making this great competition.
Well, hi, everyone. I am Lawrence Walkus, and I am the Assistant Administrator for Policy, International Affairs, and Environment here at the FAA. Please help me in congratulating our second place winner in the 7th to 12th grade non-primary airport category, the Open Pro Minecrafters, and the creation of the David Wayne Hooks Memorial Airport in Spring, Texas. This group consisted of a dynamic team of sisters who worked together on the challenge as part of their homeschool curriculum. Thank you and congratulations again to the Open Pro Minecrafters.
Hi, I'm Heather. And I'm Jenna. We're Team Open Pro Minecrafters. And we built the David Wayne Hooks Memorial Airport. Thank you to the FAA for hosting this challenge. We had so much fun building our airport.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shanetta Griffin, the Associate Administrator for Airports for the Federal Aviation Administration. I make sure our nation's 3,300 airports are designed, constructed, and operate safely. So I'm basically the airport boss. If you remember when we first spoke, I talked about how airport design is a great passion of mine as a civil engineer and the head of the FAA Airports Office. So it is especially exciting for me to have the opportunity to introduce our first place winners in grades 7 through 12, primary and non-primary airport categories. I want to congratulate all the students who spent so many hours outside of school learning to be airport designers. Our grade 7 through 12 non-primary airport first place winning team really excelled in taking advantage of their airport visit to give a real life passenger perspective of flying in from the Rhinecliff Bridge, which is at the end of the runway. I just love seeing their innovative attention to providing space for growing drone technologies and educational opportunities. More important, they learned the fact of a real life lesson regarding teamwork and working with each other. Please help me to congratulate the Straw Hat Pilots and their creation of the Kingston Ulster Airport in Kingston, New York. Please enjoy this short video clip.
My name's Joe Carpino.
And my name is Dalton Vader.
Hello, my name is Connor Grucci.
Hello, my name is David Lee.
And my name is Sean Sasso.
And we are the Straw Hat Pilots.
We really appreciate the FAA putting together this challenge.
It was a ton of fun.
We'd like to thank all Subotis for the opportunity to participate in this competition.
As our first place team, we have two special guests to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Mr. Todd Coxhall from Kingston Ulster Airport and Ms. Angelica Dickerson from Ulster Career and Technical Center in Port UN, New York. We will first hear from Mr. Coxhall and then from Ms. Dickerson.
Mr. Coggeshall, we're just double checking if your phone is working. So folks, our apologies. We've had a little bit of a technical issue today. Mr. Coggeshall is here with us. Unfortunately, we've had a little bit of a technical issue. He is the manager of the Kingston Ulster Airport, and he wants to share his absolute utmost appreciation. He is on the phone listening. He is incredibly proud of everything that you've done. Congratulations from the airport manager at the Kingston Ulster Airport in Kingston, New York.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angelica Dickerson, the aviation drone instructor at Ulster BOCES Career and Technical Center. My program functions as a ground school for high school students while they pursue their private pilot's license while preparing them for a career in the airline industry. One of the first things discussed this year was the concept of crew resource management. And with this challenge, the students really were able to utilize these skills in practice. My program is split into 2 sessions. So some of the students on the team had never even met their teammates in person before and had to communicate virtually. Throughout this process, the Straw Hat pilots were creative, resourceful, and they did it all with the accuracy of a well-oiled machine. This team was composed of 4 juniors who had been in my program for about 2 months with minimal prior aviation knowledge and 1 senior in his 2nd year. Building an entire airport virtually is no easy feat. The first time I watched the airport tour, with the view gliding over the bridge just as the students see it in their flight training, I was absolutely blown away by their attention to detail. Together, these students created an amazing replica that added their own touch to the Kingston Ulster Airport. The idea of a flight school specifically for unmanned aircraft systems to learn how to operate in a controlled environment is an innovation I would love to see implemented in the future. I could not be more proud of them. The Straw Hat pilots set their bar high, and I cannot wait to see what they continue to do as they work towards their licenses with Richmore Aviation at the airport that they recreated in this challenge. Thank you to the FAA and to Minecraft for providing such an engaging challenge and for all of their help throughout the competition. Finally, congratulations to the Straw Hat pilots, Connor Bruschi, Joseph Carpino, David Leaf, Sean Sasso, Dalton Veeder, and to all of the wonderful contestants who participated.
Well, Ms. Dickerson, thank you so much for being here. And Mr. Coggeshall, thank you also for being here. We are very honored that you came. I know the Straw Hat pilots are grateful as well. Again, a huge congratulations and a round of applause again from all of us for the Pixel pilots, the Open Pro Minecrafters, and the Straw Hat pilots. Let's give them one more huge round of applause. All right, friends, it's time to transition to the primary airport awards. So we're still in the 7th through 12th grade, and now we're for the folks that created their airport around the primary airport. And here's the awards. Our VIP presenters will return to recognize the primary airport winners. And following the reveal of each winner, like we did before, we'll have a quick shout out video from the winners. But again, before we do that, check out this really cool video montage from this category.
You see me zooming like a 747. I know it's heaven, but it's getting so real. It's a dream, I'm elevated, and I just wanna take it with my head in the clouds and feet on the ground, yeah. You see me zooming like a 747. I know it's heaven, but it's getting so real. It's a dream, I'm elevated, but I just wanna take it with my head in the clouds and feet on the ground like never before. like I've never before. I'm walking along, no faking it, right into the moment of a lifetime. Holding on to everything I know you put inside of me. This is where I wanna be, knowing it's eternity. I'm living with the Holy Spirit, burn inside of me. I'll give you everything I got if it's a one-shot moment. I'll be looking and discerning if it's right or wrong. I just wanna fly. If I put my wings up, will you let me go into the sky? And I know that it's a dream, cause you're waking everything into life. I'm head in the clouds and feet on the ground like never before. I'm head in the clouds and feet on the ground like never before.
All right, so it's time to announce our third place winner for the 7 through 12 primary airports. With this team, I really loved the fact that they shared their experience as a team, including learning how to listen to each other's ideas and problem solve. These are great skills that are going to serve you well into the future. On top of that, they had some great ideas for how to use innovations like solar panels to create a green renewable energy source. So please help me congratulate the Joe Neal engineers who recreated the Norfolk International Airport in Norfolk, Virginia. Great job, Joe Neal engineers.
Hi, I'm Joshua O'Neill. I'm in the 8th grade.
And I'm Joseph O'Neill. I'm in the 9th grade.
We are the J. O'Neill Engineers.
We are from Chesapeake, Virginia. We would like to thank Mrs. Strahan for introducing us to the challenge.
We would also like to thank the FAA for providing an interesting and challenging program.
I am so excited to announce our second place winner in the 7th to 12th grade primary airport category. Team BASA, we're recreating the Palm Beach International Airport in West Palm Beach, Florida. And as a native Floridian, I was extremely impressed with your design and attention to detail. Team BASA participated in the Airport Design Challenge last year and had another fantastic showing this year. Thank you for your aviation passion and congratulations.
I'm Kai Shea. Giovanni Messina. I'm Joy DeCosta. Jake McClada.
And we want to shout out our teachers, Mr. Hertzberg, Dr. Mitchell, and Mr. Spillov.
So I'd like to announce our grade 7 through 12 primary airport first place team winners. These students really excelled in utilizing actual airport data such as FAA maps and a visit to the airport to ensure accuracy in the layout and design of the airport. I could hear loud and clear the aircraft engines roaring and the pilot welcoming me to Michigan. I just love seeing their creative innovation for customer service with artificial intelligence robots, a COVID relief and refugees rescue center, and solar panels. Their air traffic control tower design gave me the feeling that I was a controller clearing Air Force One for takeoff. Please help me congratulate the Arios and their creation of Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport in Romulus, Michigan.
Hi, I'm Arjun Sani, and I just wanted to convey my sincere appreciation to the FAA, NHS, Dr. Sani, and our team Arios for their continuous support during each step of the way.
Thank you, FAA, and thank you, Dr. Sani, for helping mentor us through this process.
Hi, I'm Chet Sands, and I'd like to thank everyone that supported us and the FAA.
Hey, this is E. Just want to say thank you to FAA and Miss Sani.
Hi, my name is Rafik Alandula, and on behalf of the Arios, I'd like to thank Northville High School.
Congratulations, Arios. Thank you, FAA and Northville High School, for bringing this incredible opportunity to our youth.
So again, first place team, we have two special guests to congratulate you on your accomplishments. Mr. Brian Hope from Wayne County Airport and Principal Tony Koshi from Northville High School in Northville, Michigan. First, we'll hear from Mr. Hope.
Good afternoon. My name is Brian Holt. I'm the Chief Development Officer for the Wayne County Airport Authority, which owns and operates the Detroit Metropolitan Airport and the Willow Run Airport. While I'd like to acknowledge all the students who participated in the FAA Airport Challenge, I want to give a special shout out to the Aries team from Northville High School. For your first place finish, go Mustangs. Our entire staff wanted me to congratulate you. As an airport master planner of our airport system, I know firsthand how many hours it took to develop your real life model of a large hub airport like Detroit Metro. We have a saying in the aerospace aviation industry, once you've seen one airport, you've seen one airport. Because airports across the United States and around the world are unique, as I bet Team Ariels discovered during their investigation of your project. Airports evolve with needs of society, and airport planners must address many challenging issues from aircraft size, weather patterns, to large populations of people and security considerations. Even though airports are complex and highly regulated by the FAA for safety, airport planners work with other stakeholders as well to ensure our airports are appealing and enhance passenger experience. I like how your team captured many aspects of our airport configuration, from the runway 4 left, 22 right airfield markings, the North Terminal and McNamara Terminal processing centers, and the big blue parking deck with lots of realistic details. You guys show lots of great imagination. You know, I can tell you've done your research by the innovations highlighted in your video, from the radar, solar, and the use of AI robots. I believe you already understand how strategic or how to strategize like an airport planner. I can't wait to meet you all in person to recognize you for your achievement and learn more about your ideas, especially the rescue center and the refugee camp concept. Truly advanced thinking. Once again, congratulations to Arias team for a job well done.
Good afternoon. My name is Tony Koski, and I'm proud to serve as the principal at Northville High School in Michigan. On the Zoom webinar today is also our superintendent, Mrs. Mary Kay Gallagher. We are so proud of you, Chet, Justin, Arjun, E, and Ritvik, for the accomplishments with your airport design. Simply awesome. I also want to take the time to thank the FAA for putting on this incredible and relevant competition. NHS Ariels, wow. Again, gentlemen, we are so proud of you. You represent the best of Northville High School and have illustrated this through your Airport Design Challenge project. You have shown many of the traits we look for in our students at NHS, and I want to name just a few of those. Knowing the importance of teamwork, having a growth mindset. Last year, you achieved at a high level. In last year's challenge, and this year you have done even better. A hard work ethic, creativity, and an enthusiasm for STEM, applying your intelligence, knowledge in a relevant and meaningful way, problem-solving abilities and innovation, and having a true passion in following it. From Mrs. Gallagher, myself, and the entire NHS staff, thank you for being role models at Northville High School by showing us what true teamwork can really do. And make sure you thank your parents too. They certainly have taught you the importance of teamwork and hard work. Just a couple of side notes. I personally love the Top Gun music playing in the background of your presentation. Secretly, your principal always wanted to be Maverick. And one more thing, maybe Mrs. Gallagher will wave her magic wand to give us a snow day tomorrow in honor of your incredible achievement. Congrats again, fellas. You have truly made Northville High School proud.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Koski. I got to tell you, you've got Maverick spirit with the snow day idea. And as a former air traffic controller, I got to say, negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. But we are so excited to have you here, sir. Thank you very much. Superintendent Gallagher, thank you for being here. And Mr. Holt, thank you so much. Let's give all three of those special VIP guests another huge round of applause. All right. Wow. Golly, my heart's beating so fast. Such excitement. And I know the anticipation for everybody was just almost more than we could take. Congratulations to the winners in our 7 through 12 primary airports, the Joe Neal Engineers, Team Bassa, and Arios. All of you, fantastic job. But guess what? It's not over yet. We have even more and more exciting and even better things coming. We have a special guest that's unmatched anywhere. Dr. Jeanette Epps was selected by NASA in 2009 as an astronaut. She completed astronaut candidate training, which included scientific and technical briefings, intensive instruction in International Space Station systems, spacewalk training, robotics, T-38 flight training, and wilderness survival training. Before becoming an astronaut, she worked for Ford Motor Company and then the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA. Dr. Epps is the first Black woman to live and work long-term aboard the International Space Station, and she currently serves on the ISS Operations Branch working issues in support of space station crews. She's here live with us now, but before we hear from her, let's learn a little bit more about how she chose her exciting career in aerospace.
It was about 1980. I was 9 years old, and my brother came home and he looked at my grades and my twin sister's grades. He said, you know, you guys can probably become aerospace engineers or even astronauts. And this was at the time that Sally Ride and a group of women were selected to become astronauts, first time in history. So he made that comment, and I said, wow, that would be so cool. 2008, I applied, and 2009, I was selected, and here I am.
Well, awesome, and I'm just so excited and so honored to introduce Dr. Jeanette Epps. Dr. Epps, welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks so much, Rob. Thanks for having me. First, I want to congratulate all of the participants. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you. And as I said earlier, this is not something that I have to do, but it's something that I get to do. And seeing these students who are just, I believe, are doing excellent work. And it's tremendous to be a part of this whole competition, because in all the projects, I see that they're learning things that are very relevant to my everyday job. So if you guys ever want to become an astronaut, I think you're off to a very, very good start. So some of the things that I saw in these projects that are relevant to my everyday job are critical thinking, problem solving, safety. Safety is a big part of our job. Teamwork, that's probably right near the top of what we do here, and love for STEM. So just a little bit about my background. When I was a a little girl, as you saw earlier, I wanted to become an aerospace engineer. And at that time, everyone told me that there weren't many jobs, but I still wanted to become an aerospace engineer. And so that love for STEM for me started way back when I was a little girl. And so in my career, having worked at Ford Motor Company and the CIA, I worked on helicopters, I worked on cars, I worked on fighter aircraft, UAVs, landing gears, and so many other topics. And so here at NASA, a lot of the training that we do, kind of aligns with all the things, all those skills that I saw within the projects that you guys presented. So one of the things that we do here at NASA is we learn to fly the T-38 jet. A lot of the fighter pilots come in and they already know how to fly the jet, but I'm a civilian, but I had the opportunity to learn how to fly a T-38 jet. And so some of the things that we have to learn is how do we work together as a team to fly this jet in a high threat environment, supersonic jet, and how do we work together to fly this and land it safely? So we're constantly thinking of safety. We're constantly thinking of how do we work together in order to accomplish that task. Robotics. Robotics is another thing that we learn so that we can operate on the International Space Station, moving different payloads around and even moving our colleagues around on the end of the robotic arm. So again, we're thinking about safety. We're thinking about how do we work together? And then learning all these topics, as you can hear in there, there's a lot of STEM involved in learning these things. Next, we learn spacewalk training. Spacewalk training involves understanding scuba diving, understanding how oxygen in the body operates when you're under pressure, nitrogen in the body. So it involves a lot of complex things, but it also is very, very physically demanding as well as mentally demanding. So again, there's a love for STEM there. There's a love for everything that we do in this job. We also do, we simulate missions. One of the things that you guys did was that you simulated airports. So we do a lot of analog missions here at NASA to simulate what we would do if we went to space or to the International Space Station or to visit an asteroid. One of the analog missions that I had a chance to be part of and you saw some images of was NEMO. NEMO is the NASA Extreme Environment Mission Operations. And that's where you live underwater for 9 days or 2 weeks. I also participated in something called caves. And that's where you practice mountaineering and then you go and you live in a cave for up to 5 days. And in all of these experiences, there's a high threat environment. You have to think about safety. You have to understand what you're getting into. So there's a lot of STEM aspects for these missions that we do. And so everything that you guys have done is very relevant to my everyday life. And I'm just so proud of the work that you've done. Even beyond that, a lot of the training that we do, we also include emergency training. We do emergency simulations for fire. If there was a fire on board the International Space Station, a rapid depressurization on board the space station. So there's many different topics, emergency related topics that go back to safety. And I know that you incorporate a lot of safety issues within your projects for airport design. One of the last things that I want to talk about is training with our international partners. This is all goes back to teamwork. Aboard the International Space Station at a given time, we can have up to three different nationalities. We could have a Russian cosmonaut, we can have one of our European Space Agency participants, we can have also one of our Japanese astronauts, so maybe up to 4, and then a US astronaut. So we can have a lot of different nationalities, cultures combining together to work together as a team. And that all goes back to if you are very smart and you could have probably done this whole project on your own, but you can't really get along with people. I don't think your project would have been as great if you had done it alone. You can't work well with other people. You're not flexible and adaptable. And then all of these missions, the NEMO mission that I talked about, living underwater, we had an international group there. Living in a cave for 5 days, we had another international group there. We all have very different backgrounds. On top of that, we had an airline pilot in caves. We had a volcanologist. We had a geologist. I was there as well, and we had a fighter pilot. So with all of these various backgrounds, we were still able to come together as a team and work together to accomplish the mission. And so I'm very proud to see all the work that you guys have done and to accomplish the mission together. So in the future at NASA here, we're gonna go back to the moon. We have a program called the Artemis program. And so within that, we're gonna have to work very closely together with our international partners to accomplish that. So in the future, if you're thinking about applying to the astronaut program, I would highly suggest that you continue to take these different challenges and participate as a team member, contribute to that, be inclusive, because in the future, going back to the moon is going to involve all of those characteristics. A love for STEM, you got to have critical thinking and problem solving. Safety, you have to think of safety above all. And then also teamwork is going to be a big part of that. So with that, I'd like to congratulate all of the participants again. And I hope to see you in the future, maybe on the moon, or maybe flying a jet. So congratulations again, and thanks for having me out.
Well, Dr. Epps, thank you so much. Wow, we are so honored to have you here today. Thank you for sharing those words of wisdom from your background and your experience, and what an inspiration. It's just so exciting for me to see and hear, and I know the students out there, whether they were finalists or winners or just entrants in our challenge, I know they all were so excited to see you today, and what wise wisdom you've shared with them about staying prepared and participating in all those things. So Dr. Epps, thank you again for being here. We're honored to have had you. Everybody, let's give Dr. Epps one more huge round of applause. All right, well, it's been a huge day today. Oh, there they are. As in most things virtual, timing is always tricky, right? So the crowd was a little slower than I anticipated, so that's on me. But along with this ceremony that we just had this morning, we recognized the kindergarten through sixth grade finalists, and we wanted to congratulate them again. We are so excited. Well over 1,200 students worldwide that participated in this contest and design event over 8 weeks. Those of you here today were finalists, and those of you that were winners that we've recognized, congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I am so honored that you took the time and effort to participate with us here at the FAA and work on designing those airports. If you can think of some activity that you are really passionate about, I guarantee you there's a place for you in the aviation and space industry of the future, whether that be a pilot, an air traffic controller, an astronaut, a technician. Guess what? If you like math and you like books and you like just doing bookkeeping, there's a place for that. There is virtually anything you can think of. We have a place for you. And there is so much demand on the horizon as our world continues to expand. You heard Administrator Dixon and others talk about the future and autonomous vehicles and space vehicles and traditional airborne vehicles that we're used to in helicopters and airplanes. There are so many opportunities, like you heard from Dr. Epps as well. So thank you again for your investment of your time and effort. We at the FAA are just blown away with your talent and your skills, your attention to detail, and your innovation. Guarantee this, that the innovation you've shown us in your designs will create sparks and ideas for the folks that will implement things like that into the airports of the future. But we will depend on you to continue to grow and learn and come show us those ideas down the road as a member of the aerospace industry. I want to throw out one more thank you to the huge team. I mentioned early on that it takes a large team to put on not only the design contest that we did, but this show this afternoon. So thank you to our VIP presenters today, Ms. Chris Sharp, Mr. Lawrence Wildgoose, Ms. Shanetta Griffin, and our FAA Administrator, Mr. Steve Dixon. Thank you very much for being here. We're honored that you're here. Also, our special guest, NASA astronaut, Dr. Jeanette Epps. Thank you to all of you. We are so honored that you were here. Part of the larger team that we also have partnered with, and you heard Dr. Epps talk about teamwork. It took a lot of teamwork to make this happen. We have mentors, we have judges, we have parents, educators, Students all across the board, full range of folks that all had to work together as a team to create this and to get to the end of the contest. Each of you contributed your part in your design. This larger team put it all together so we could have the opportunity to work together. On behalf of the FAA, it's been our honor to host the Airport Design Challenge, to honor you here today for your fantastic accomplishments. And we look forward not only to seeing you in the next FAA Challenge down the road, whatever that is, but we look forward to working alongside you here in the aviation and space industry of the future. Thank you for your time. It's been an honor to work with you today. We'll see you next time. Take care.